Okay, welcome everyone. Post Thanksgiving dinner. I hope everybody enjoyed family time and just that whole concept of being truly and grateful, thankful, peaceful, because I just know that so much of what we are now focusing on and what we are creating and manifesting is creating a beautiful world, and our communities are different because of what we do and who we are, and that we're showing up. So keep on keeping on. I know it's going to be challenging in the next few weeks because they're really going to try and ramp us up or activate some pretty unpleasant things globally. Don't believe the news. It's designed to just keep you in that place of agitation and fear. A lot of what all of what they're saying that they're promoting is done for a very important reason. That is to lower your frequency. So don't buy into it. Don't engage it. Take whatever it is that they're saying, if in fact you even listen to it, which I tend not to anymore. But if you do listen to it with the intent to take the words that are being said and the frequency that they arrive at, and just see yourself pouring love into that moment and raise it up. Just lift it as high as you can and energetically contribute just endless amounts of love into that moment and into those words and into the idea that they're trying to seed into the consciousness of man. Let's just not let them win that game anymore. We bought into it for many, many years, and it's time for us to just stand up and say, we know the game, we know it's being played, we know how it's being played, and we're not playing it anymore. We're just going to love you in your dysfunctionality. We're going to love you in your lies. We're going to love you in your deception. Sorry, we're just going to love you. And see what happens when they realize that what they've been pushing against and what they've been attempting to intimidate and enforce within fear, it's just falling apart. It's not holding and it's not working anymore. So that's some of what we're going to be working at for the first part of our meeting tonight. We're going to be going into the art of correcting your reactions so that you understand the difference between being in that agitated state and being in a peaceful state. Never mind the fact that we actually feel the difference. It's all about understanding that you are in charge and you are responsible for what you do with every little bit of energy that you work with and that you engage. That's part of your responsibility, is to take that energy and do something with it. And that you can meet with it where it is, and you can stay the low frequency flyer if you want, or you can take it and recognize you have the power, the ability, the wisdom, and trusting you have faith that you can elevate absolutely any energy that you are present with, connected to, affected by. You can do magical things with that energy. So just to start off, let's take a few moments. We're going to do our breath work. And just breathe in the idea of relaxing. But this time, as we're breathing in that relaxing idea, the words, I want you to do more than just listen to the word. I want you to think relax, and then allow the word to filter in as if it's dissolving like sand through an hourglass. Let that word dissolve into your body and your being. Feel the relax. Don't just think it. See yourself in that state where the relax word is just dissolving into your body and through your body, affecting your body, and also affecting how tense your body is. If there's a tense part in your body, specifically bring the relaxed energy or those grains of sand and see them filtering through wherever the tension is. Right now, it's typically neck and shoulders. A lot of us are carrying more than we should be as far as responsibility and worry and focus and all of those good deed things that humanitarians like to do. Just imagine that relaxed sand is filtering right down through all the tension in your neck and shoulders, dropping further down into the heart and lungs, filtering further down through the organs, filtering further down into the pelvic cradle, and then filtering down through all those beautiful big pelvic bones, filtering down into the legs, through all those wonderful muscles and bones and ligaments, all those things that make our legs work extremely hard every day. Filter that sand of relax all the way down through. Right down through the knees. And if there's any tension or discomfort in the knees, let the relax filter effortlessly and easily down through the knees, the calves of your legs, your ankles, where so much of our body pressure and tension is constantly being intensely pounded into the earth. Filter the relaxation all the way down into the heel bones, and then all the way out to the toes. And then we're going to let the relaxed energy filter down into the earth. And as it filters into the earth, the rest of your body is now turning into that beautiful, relaxing sand. And that sand that is your body and your being is just filtering down into the earth until nothing is left but the beauty and the wonder of nature. Beautiful sand on a glorious beach. Nowhere to go, nowhere to be, nothing to do. Just relax. And as we begin to shift our energy, that relaxation offers a whole different frequency, a whole different sense of well-being. I'm going to imagine that we are a well, and right now we're the sand in the bottom of the well. And with each breath in, you're going to draw up a refreshed body, a refreshed, comfortable stance where your legs feel relaxed and yet strong. Breathing in even more energy as you raise your vibration up. The legs are strong and connected effortlessly and easily to the pelvic cradle. Breathing in even further, drawing the energy all the way up through the torso. Every beautiful organ being refreshed and renewed. Every breath flushing it with vitality and energy. And the next breath in, draw it up into the lungs and the heart, where the circulation system is being revitalized and strengthened. Any stress that was there is all gone. There's nothing there but this incredibly strong, effortlessly moving heart, beating beautifully, lungs expanding and contracting effortlessly, bringing the breath and the vibration and the frequencies higher into the throat, into the face. Spending a little bit of time with the in-breath. Breathe in the oxygen of life. Let it shine through your eyes. Let it flow easily in and out of your ears. Let it spiral beautifully into the third eye. And the next breath in, you're going to bring that frequency and that energy right up and out the crown. Breathe it in, raise the frequency. And as you're breathing out this time, just see the shower of life force and vitality just showering everywhere, all around you. This beautiful rainbow of healing light. It's so easy. It's so effortless. We can be strong and relaxed at the same time. We can be intensely focused and yet calm, all at the same time. We can be very clear-minded and yet still have that dreamy state of intuitive self, floating into our energy field, scanning our world, both inner and outer, constantly seeking balance, beautifully able to achieve and accomplish and manifest anything that our heart desires. It is part of our power and our ability, and it is an endless power. You cannot use too much. You cannot drain the well. And every in-breath and out-breath will replenish anything and everything that you need to make it happen. So let's just imagine, as we're coming through this beautiful healing experience, that you're just expanding your arms to the universe with gratitude and thankfulness. And with that expansion of your arms, it's like the expansion of your wings, the wings of freedom and flow, able to move through anything and everything with great power and strength. Raising your frequency higher and higher until you have the incredible view of the entire earth. And as we gather our energies in a circle around our planet, we breathe in and out love for the earth and all that she is going through. We breathe in and out the power to manifest community, unity, oneness at a level that has not ever before been embodied in the human form to this degree and to this extent. That is the power that we are in possession of, and it is what we do with that power and how we share that power that continues to empower ourselves to keep going and growing, expanding, creating, manifesting love on this wonderful planet called Earth. Using the in-breath and the out-breath, bring yourselves back into this conscious awareness of where you're sitting, paying attention to how you're feeling, paying attention to what you're thinking. We're going to do a little bit of work with all of that today. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. So you can see, as we move through the different layers and the different energies, how some of it was easier than others. But at the end of the day, it is the breath that guided you through, and it is the breath that allowed you to experience the contrast between what tension feels like and stress and what relaxation feels like. And what we're being shown is to begin to use our conscious creation power. In other words, we all have the ability, as we think, so we are. So for a moment, let's just experiment a little bit with the word calm. Again, it's a word we're all familiar with, but I don't know that our conscious creation uses the word calm to do what it's meant to do, which means it is meant to be brought into the energy field, and the frequency is meant to soothe and comfort the soul. So do a little test for yourself. Think the word calm. What happens inside the physical body as you're thinking the word? What is the feeling that rises up within? Is the feeling a calm feeling, or is the feeling an anxious feeling? Because you're paying more attention to the contrast of I'm so not there than you are to the word and what it means. This is how our subconscious mind can bring forward or raise up within us things that need to heal. So, when was the last time you can remember being completely and totally calm? Besides when you were asleep. Think the word calm. And if there is any energy within you that is not in alignment with the word, here's something that Source is going to gift us with to help, so that we can actually start and become these words and not just speak them or know them, but to actually embody them. So think the word calm, close your eyes, and see yourself writing the word in the sand. Slowly and carefully, gently, smoothly, easily. How did that change your level of calm? Did it take you to a completely different level? And if it did, this is a tool that you can use in those moments when you're in a situation where you're agitated or irritated. This is a tool that you can close your eyes and see yourself writing in the sand, the word calm, and your physical body is aligning itself gently to that energy and that frequency. It's incredibly peaceful. Okay, so we're going to do a little test with another word. And the next word is one that, again, we know it well, we can speak it easily, but in these days, I feel it is one of the hardest tests that we are being put through to see if we're ready and willing to be a conscious creator. So the word that we're going to use next is happy. It's a familiar word. We use it, comes off the tongue easily. But how many of us actually can align the thought of being happy to the feeling that happy brings when it is actually actively working and present? So again, using the word, just say the word in your mind and test your body. Say the word happy.
Happy.
And this may invoke feelings of resentment. You may be upset, you may be angry, instead of happy. And here is where soul self is saying, you know, you have tools, you have the ability, you're a conscious creator, you're a manifester. Let's use these simple things, these simple words, to connect you to your conscious creation power. So again, closing your eyes and going in and thinking the word happy, I want you to imagine something that symbolizes happy for you. Is it a puppy? Is it a baby? Is it a flower? Is it standing in nature and feeling the breeze on your face? Connect with something that you can relate to easily and effortlessly. That when you think the word happy, it takes you to that place, or it takes you to that moment. And Source is just asking that for the purpose of this exercise, Let's just use baby rabbits. Baby rabbits are soft and cuddly, gentle by nature. They can be easily held and cuddled, nurtured. Hold them up against your face and feel that face changing until it is the face of your inner child holding that baby rabbit. There's nothing happier than watching a child when their eyes light up and their little soul is experiencing something so precious that there isn't anything else in their world that could possibly interrupt that happy feeling. And just hold that beautiful rabbit, that baby fuzz with ears, up in front of your eyes. And there you are, your inner child, looking into the eyes of the baby rabbit and that twitching little nose and those floppy ears. And just know that you have the ability to be that beautiful little being just by using the word happy. So now you're the bunny. You're the one with the fuzzy ears and the bright, beautiful eyes, the soft fur, being held with such love. How happy are you now? Feel your body. Are there energy waves going through? Are there tingling or a feeling of lightness? Feeling of sunshine that's on the inside? Whatever you can connect to that brings that happy feeling so that you're very familiar with it and very connected to it. And in this next breath, we're just going to be happy that we're back in our human body, in our human experience in the here and now. But it has shown you the difference in when we know we're happy and actually feeling happy. So it's really paying attention to those two things and identifying that we deserve to be happy. And there isn't anything that can bring that happiness to us until we allow the happiness to come through us. And then we will attract it and draw it into our experience everywhere we go. Even in chaos, something will attract itself to you, connect to you, support you, help you, guide you, that is at the frequency of happy. So those are a couple of the words that we are able to work with, and it's using tools that you resonate with. Those are pretty good visuals that can help you in those moments, but develop your own visuals. Have your own soul create the language of love, because that's what it is. We are consciously creating love out of uncomfortable moments, uncomfortable bodies, uncomfortable thoughts, uncomfortable feelings. It is our responsibility to self-correct. And now that you know that you can, the challenge is going to be, will you use your free will and will yourself into these balanced states of just being love in any form, in any moment, because that is part of what we are here to teach. We are here to create and manifest, but most of all, we're here to experience it. We've been in these density bodies for a very long time. And yes, in sleep state, we get to be free. We get to go back to our world of anything goes and everything's possible. The challenge is to bring that with us through the sleep state into the awakened state and into our world in each and every day. So that's a little bit of homework for everybody as we're moving further down, or not further down, we're moving further up our development of our vision when it comes to the Quantum Healers 369 humanitarian group. There's a lot going on in the background. So what we're being prepared for, I believe, is something so extraordinary and so exceptional that unless we can get ourselves into these happy bodies, these calm states of being, these intuitively connected, and our resonance is operating at the maximum to our ability to raise it up to, we need to be in that state to really do the best work that we can do. And it's up to us to decide for ourselves, do I want to take my time and just kind of mess around with it a little bit? Or do I want to dedicate my time and achieve and accomplish it? Because I got work to do. I have things to do. I have places to go. I have people to inspire and guide and help and support. And I cannot do that if I am not in that centered state of peace and love and grace. So yeah, it is kind of our responsibility to set that up for ourselves. So just going to open the floor a little bit. Who would like to share some of what they experienced as the contrast from when we first started with the word to when you actually allowed yourself to feel it? What did you notice about your own journey through that process we were just taken through? Does anybody want to step up and shout out? Come on, you powerful manifestors, let's get on it. Okay, go ahead, Ashna.
Well, I can't tell you enough, Donna, how appropriate and fitting this information and teaching is today, because it's really been heavy on my heart that the anxiety that I feel in my physical body has had its day and needs to go. And I realize that this is like this will be a focus for me now, to move past this. So it was just so appropriate. And I assume if I'm feeling this, a lot of us are. And
it does seem to be the theme of this week. There's a lot of physical discomfort right now.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're teaching us how to de-escalate that part so that it's not so overwhelming.
And it's perfect because it's so true that we have within us the ability in our autonomy to move out of this anxiety and into this beautiful place of peace. Like that is within us.
Yes.
And this is being revealed. So I just can't express enough how appropriate this type of teaching is. And when you started with the word calm, I actually noticed that the letters themselves in the sand were beautiful, calming visually as well as experientially. So I do feel the benefits already.
Good.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. It's realizing that we can do it. And once we understand the concept of we can do it, it's up to us to learn how to do it our way. And it's unique to each and every one, that you may have different words, you may have different visuals, but it's knowing that it can be done this way. And then you get to manifest your way. And that to me is part of the uniqueness that each soul brings to the collective.
Beautiful.
Okay. Who else? Yes, Nancy, go ahead.
When I first thought of calm, I thought of water and how absolutely still the water can be. And then I had a complete awareness that any kind of thought that I had besides calm would ripple. It would cause the water to ripple. Yeah. So the exercise of writing calm in the sand was very powerful to me because it took me away from that ripple effect that could happen. And just, I was able to stay very calm with that, with writing in the sand. So yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah,
Mm.
it helped me through a few moments last week. I was in withdrawal, not being able to be on the internet, I have to say, I confess. So I got to learn some of these techniques.
Well, one thing that helped me today about, like, in my body earlier, I had an unloving thought about my body, and then I completely changed that and was grateful, because I love the movie Avatar. So to me, this body is our avatar. We're able to use this physical form while we're here. And so then I started to be very grateful for having this physical form, and the unloving thoughts were gone, and more of a grateful thing for the body.
Yes, the code word for grateful, it actually is the concept of filling yourself with greatness, which we are taught not to do.
Yeah,
That's
I
ego.
love that.
And to be full of greatness means you're living up to your full potential, which is what we're ramping up to. And I believe in the next couple of weeks that many of us are going to experience something that is beyond anything that we have been through before. And we will arrive at that moment with grace and ease and a sense of calm and peace, whereas other people might not. So, little heads up and pay attention to the tension. All right, who else? Go ahead, Nisha.
I just wanted to say, I think this is such an amazing tool to be able to bring in this word and then activate it in our bodies and then embody it. I think that's just, it's a concept out there, but you're helping us sort of land it and practice it. My question is, I have some relationships, like decades-long relationships, sort of unfolding over the past 6 months or so. And it's brilliant stuff. We know why it's coming up because we're meant to look at it and process it and heal it. And I'm seeing old dynamics that I'm being faced with. And where 30 years ago or 20 years ago, I would have gone, oh my God, what do I do? I'm feeling like I can't wait to be able to speak about this to this person. I mean, I say that, but I'm probably going to be a chicken shit when it comes up. But when, and for me, what I'm seeing is some anger coming up, old dynamics where, you know, they've been blaming me or poking at me or whatever. And now I'm not feeling I need to defend or protect myself. However, I'm feeling angry that I'm having to deal with this stuff. So can you sort of walk us through, or me through, or whatever, how to embody? So I guess the feeling would be anger. If I'm triggered and I'm in that space of anger,
Yes.
how to get to that place of calm and also be able to speak my truth and, you know, be authentic. Is there sort of steps?
There are tools for that. And what I will point out initially is that it is not always essential to speak our truth. It is essential that we live it. And sometimes being silent is the greatest living truth. And I would take the word anger and calmly write it in the sand and let it go. Because anger does not benefit you, and it does not benefit the situation. It does not benefit the relationship. And this is where we start and use our discernment. Does expressing my truth in this situation benefit anyone? And if the answer is no, be silent. We are not here to teach others anything. We are here to show them there is a better way. But in order to show them there is a better way, we must become the better way. And anger is not a better way. So it's learning to take the energy of anger and transform it. What is the opposite of anger?
Peace.
or happy.
Okay.
When we're not angry, we're happy. And it is, again, that word happy is using the word and the frequency and the vibration of it to rise up. And when you rise up, even though you may be afraid, even though you may be angry, even though you may be frustrated and irritated, it's knowing that by rising up, you will feel better and better and better without actually having to confront in order to get your release. We must learn to transform within what we have been unable to release. There's no point in releasing anger, because what ends up happening is it goes out, does a nice big circle, and it comes back. We are in a stage now in our spiritual growth and awareness position that we must start to transform it. So it's all about looking at what the anger is really about and embracing the message that it brings so that it becomes a gift. It becomes a blessing instead of a lesson that never ends. There are many of those circulating right now. It's, think of it like a fish tank. If you are circulating the water, you're still in the tank. And you can poop all the toxins you want out, but somewhere it's still coming back. So it's all about understanding that we are responsible for transforming those energies. And if we take it away from the he said, she said, you're right, I'm wrong, judgment, fear situation, all of a sudden it becomes a messenger of hope and a revealer of truth and a gift of knowledge and wisdom. And then, like I said, if you continue to write the word angry calmly in the sand, it will bring the feelings up, but it will cycle them into the frequency of calm. And then it will continue to elevate it until the calmness releases within you the frequencies that dissolve the anger. And it didn't have to go anywhere. It does. It takes a bit of practice, like anything else, especially right now in our conscious creative state. These are tools we are familiar with, but we haven't used them in a long time. So be patient with yourself, be gentle with yourself, be respectful of yourself. Knowing that these are not easy lessons. If they were, we probably wouldn't be interested. We're warriors, we're not wussies. We picked the most difficult, the most challenging, the most abusive situations for us to embody these feelings that are powerful. And anger is powerful, but it can also take away the power of your love. Do you really want that to happen? We've all been living in it. The power of our love has been diminished in many, many ways. Doesn't mean it isn't there, doesn't mean we don't have it, doesn't mean it doesn't work. But if we use all of these emotions and feelings to suppress the love or to justify our perspective on love, our perception of love, we're going to hurt ourselves, and then we start hurting each other. That's when things get really messy. And that's what you're about to see in the world. We're at the stage where collectively they're moving forward into the really, really, really messy part of this whole, we're at war with ourselves. The illusion is we're at war with each other. No, we're not. We're at war with ourselves because we're not living the truth of what love is. That's where the war is. It's inside. So, yeah, we have to pay attention to our tools and start transforming and converting. I choose the word convert because sometimes transformation, it's kind of a trendy thing, and it's like, yeah, we'll just sprinkle stardust and, unicorn farts on it and everything will be great. It doesn't work that way. We are learning to convert energies. We are chemical, electrical, biological beings. That's the technical term of what we are and who we are. So we are converters. And it's up to us right now to step into those roles of understanding the power that we possess to convert. There's what we want, and then there's what we have. And if you don't think the two of them are playing nice together, it's up to you to change one or the other. But that was a really good question, so thanks, Nisha. You always come up with the good ones.
you.
All right. Okay, so does anyone else have something that they would like to work with before we kind of get into some more of the technical business side of our group dynamics? Anyone else want to just share something or contribute something that they feel?
Matt's got his hand up, Donna.
Oh, I can see in the little dark corner over there. Hi, Matt. All right. How can we share with you, Matt?
I'm at my best in the little dark corner, Donna, so thank you for that.
Does it mean your light still doesn't shine? I see little fingers on it.
I just want to say thank you for that definition of grateful. I've never heard that before, and that was quite powerful. When you spoke of writing calm in the sand, just a few minutes before that, I was feeling waves of calmness just as you were speaking, and kind of letting go of layers of apprehension and anxiety. But when it came to actually writing the word calm in the sand, I became anxious for some reason and agitated. So
Some would feel it coming up, and that's good. It's actually helpful that it does that.
I found that quite interesting. That's all I wanted to share, actually.
Yeah, we were working with the idea that we're paying attention to the contrast of what we think and what we feel. And if they are not in alignment, there is going to be irritation and agitation. That's part of what misalignment does. It's like friction and static. So it's easy to think the words. It's not as easy to embody the word frequency-wise and energetic-wise. So good for you to really notice the difference. And that will give you a point of reference to do some practicing and just allow that agitation to surface. Don't push it down. Invite it to dinner. Sit across from it, feed it the best meal that you can possibly imagine of just, this is how I really feel, this is what I'm really thinking, and see what your reactions and interactions are with all the agitation.
Okay, will do. And if I could just pick your brain for one more thing, you had said
It's had a rough week.
oh my God, I'm glad to hear it wasn't just me this week, but holy smokes. What a roller coaster, eh? Crazy.
Intense on every level.
Very much.
I don't know that we could handle another notch of tension or pressure coming from the inside. We're used to it coming from the outside, but somewhere in the deep dive that we've done in the last 10 days, it's like, when they bring the divers up from the very, very deep, they have to do it slowly so they pressurize and they don't get the bends.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's what we've been experiencing.
The whole decompression, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had said a line similar to, are we at war with each other or with ourselves? And then you had a follow-up line, which you didn't quite catch. Do you remember it off the top of your head?
Well, the illusion is that the world is at war.
Yes.
And it's each of us that are at war. And if you look at the environment, the elementals, the storms that are on the planet right now, we are creating those. You want to look at the frequencies that we are flying in, the energies, the static, the explosive energy that is coming out of human beings right now. Watch a hurricane and you'll get a sense of what it looks like outside of you. And it's just as powerful and destructive. So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for that, Donna.
You're welcome. Okay. All right. So unless there's anyone else that wants to contribute, what I'm going to do is turn off the recording right now.